As Chad and I kept moving on in our life, we had things that we wanted and we had not a lot of money, so we just used the credit cards to buy everything. And we just ended up with over $20,000 in credit card debt. Well, after we had moved to Indianapolis and I found out I was pregnant with Lydia, we needed to not be in an apartment. We needed a bigger space to have a child. And so I decided, I was pretty controlling, that I just thought we need to have a house and we need to have one built. We need it to be in Brownsburg because that's closer to the interstate for when we travel to Illinois. We started building this house that we currently live in. I struggled with postpartum depression. Chad was on third shift, so it was really hard having a new house, a new baby, a husband who was gone, weird hour. It was just our schedules didn't connect, and so we were constantly arguing. If it wasn't about sex, it was about money, and it was constant. It was just like up, down, up, down. I just turned to smoking, and I would turn to going out and just buying clothes, makeup, perfume, anything that made me feel good at the time, because that was my God. Lydia was almost 3, and we ended up getting a phone call it was Pastor Brian. We were getting mentored by Brian and Sherry. They would come over to our house a couple times a month, and they were going through this booklet with us, The Commands of Christ, and they were consistent with us, and they poured into us, and that was very helpful. We have Colin. Colin comes around in 2007, and it's one of those midnight feedings, just tired and stumbling through the house, and for whatever reason, I just really was broken at that time, and just right there in his room, just cried out to the Lord. I knew that I had sinned against him, and that was the time that he opened my eyes to show me that there was nothing that I could do to be right with him. It was only by what Christ did on the cross and his resurrection, and that was the day that I was saved. I just cried out to him, and after that, I had that peace that I had been longing for. It was the fall. It was like October-ish or November-ish when both of us got saved. So that's a really neat thing that we were saved around the same time. Well, after we got saved, we knew that we needed to do something different with our finances because we were continually drowning in debt. We couldn't just let it go because we had purchased items, and if we didn't pay it, that was like stealing. We couldn't do that. So they suggested we talk to Leo Rumschlaw. He asked us, is Jesus enough? And I'm just like, wow, up to this time, no, he's not been enough. I want Jesus and fill in the blank. And that really, I still think about that question. Then within 2 years after all this started, with us wanting to make it right, we were able to pay down all that $20,000, and I could look back at it now and it won't make sense, but it was all of the Lord helping us get that paid off. I don't know, he's just really worked, and Chad and I, we're on the same page. We both want to grow. We both want to be, Christian parents who are a good model for our kids, and we're just at that point right now where we're just working through things better. We're able to communicate better. We're able to be honest with one another in a way that was a struggle in the past. We can come together and pray with one another now, and that wasn't the case just even a couple years ago. With Colin and Lydia both, I personally am just convicted to just bring everything back to the gospel. Just trying to show them that God loves them even more than Daddy and I could ever love them. And this is how he showed his love for us, and just take them through the gospel. And it was so awkward to do that at first, but it's so natural now. So, they're my mission field. My name is Amy Adams, and Jesus is my Lord.